everybody, and welcome back to Life with Lolo. It is time for another recap review of Love is Blind. This is season 2, and this is episode 7 through 9. All right, y'all, real quick, if y'all are not already subscribed to my channel, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And if you end up liking this recap review, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button, along with the notification bell to be notified when I drop new videos. All right, y'all, let's get started. It's a new day. I did a little shum to the head. And, you know, washed and all that, so I smell good, smell fresh, got a new shirt, no more Cleo, you know what I'm saying? I can't think scarf. I got that on. We ready, okay? So, episode 7, it was picking up where episode 6 left off at, because episode 6 ended with, Shane and Shayna talking on the beach. So, episode 7, they were still on the beach in Chicago. And they was talking, but they didn't show Shane and Shayna no more. There was more people talking. So Salvador and Jared, they were talking. And Sal was basically telling him, like, I ain't like what you said about the ring. And at first he was like, you know, doing like some small talk or whatever like that. And then he was telling Jared that he didn't appreciate the comments he made about the ring. And then, of course, Jared was saying, like, he was joking. He ain't mean it, like, in no type of way, like, oh, I would have brought you there if you would have picked me, like, I'm still harboring feelings for her, or nothing like that, because he was like, look, I'm cool with your relationship, like, you a cool dude, I told her that you a cool dude, and she lucky to be with you, and vice versa, and I'm happy with, Aliana, and I'm with the person I want to be with, so, like, I don't have no issues with y'all, like, y'all cool or whatever, and he was like, oh, okay, well, you know, I just wanted to tell you that, and he was like, okay, dude, thank you for letting me know. They bumped fists, whatever, and then they walked off. I said good, because there wasn't no argument and wasn't no blows over something stupid, and everybody know that everybody dated each other, so Sal should know that he had some feelings for Mal, but he with his girl now, and then Sal with Mal, so like, don't worry about it, like, you with your person, he with his person, it's okay. So he just wanted to get that off his chest. I said, finally. Now, hopefully he don't bring this issue up again, because I'm so sick of Salvador bringing this up, because he got insecurities about Miles still talking, or not talking, but I guess having like a connection with Jared. But Jared and Miles not pressing the issue no more after they sit up there and talk. So I'm just like, if y'all don't let that shit go. What else happened? I think that was it for the party that really stood out. Because, like, the next day, it was family. They was meeting some more families and stuff like that. And they showed Nat and Shane talking about the wedding stuff. And his father had recently passed away a couple months ago. I'm not sure when they filmed this, but a couple months prior to the show. I'm going to say maybe, like, last year, maybe 2021. I don't know, because I don't know when they filmed it, because they never said, like, the year. They just was saying, like, the weddings was June 7th, but they didn't say what year it was. So it had to take place, because when was the first season? What year was the first season? In 2020, y'all? I can't remember. Was it in 2020 or was it 2019? What is that, child? 2019. I can't remember, but they don't say what year the weddings took place, but because nobody was wearing no mask, or then they go to restaurants and there was a lot of activity. I mean, the world is opening up now, so it could be 2021. Like, who knows, child? But at any rate, his father had passed away prior to them being on the show. So he was saying, like, he wanted a fountain with not Jack Daniels. What was it? Did I write it down? It was something his dad, not Old English. What is that drink? It's gonna pop in my head. But a drink, oh shit, what is that goddamn drink? I cannot think of it. It's something it's like an old drink. It's gonna pop in later. But he wanted that drink at the wedding. He was talking about a fountain, having a drink in there and stuff. And she was like, yeah, no. Because my family don't drink. And he like, what damn drink? And then he was like, well, what about cheese balls? We're gonna have a whole bunch of cheese balls and stuff like that. And she was like, my whole family is lactose intolerant. I said, damn, girl, they don't drink and they lactose intolerant. Like, something got to give. But his family eat a whole bunch of cheese and they like to drink. So you just gonna have to have like a half and half or something like that. Have, I ain't no cheese balls without the dairy, unless they got lactose free. They gonna have to take some pills or some shit. I don't know. But they was talking about that and everything, and he was just saying like he wants something to remember his father with or whatever. So they kind of talked about that. And then they was meeting, Shane was meeting her parents. So child, they was talking about a game plan to meet the parents and stuff. And he was like, you gonna go get the food, and then she gonna tell the parents, because she never told the parents about the experiment. And I said, oh my God, not another one. So she had to explain the experiment to them, her mom and her dad, and they was looking like, what in a pod? Y'all ain't see each other, huh? And then she was like, and ta-da, I'm getting married. And they was like, what? She was like, don't you want to see the ring? Mom was like, I don't want to see no. I was cracking up. But when Shane came in, he was coming in the fire child. But the mom seemed, she talked to him. And the dad, before Shane even showed up, he was more receptive and more open to the whole idea of her getting, meeting this man and getting married to him and stuff like that. He was more open. The mom was kind of more reserved because, like, that's her daughter and stuff. And she don't want her being attacked or, not attacked, but being in a relationship that ain't going to be right for her. So they had dinner. They talked some more. They ended up liking Shane because Shane sat down with the mom and she asked him a bunch of questions like, what's your intentions for my daughter? Like, do you love my daughter? Are you for real? I don't want you to hurt my daughter's feelings. And then Natalie sat in the room with her dad and she was like, this is the one. This is my soulmate. I know this is it or whatever. And before Shane had showed up, Natalie was like, well, Pop and Grandma, they had got married after 3 days. The mom was like, this is not the 1960s. I was cracking up. But, like, stuff was different back then, because back then it was just like women not supposed to work or not supposed to work, even though they was working, because they was doing the cleaning, cooking, all that other stuff. So that was housework. That's work. Shit, that'll get you tired and stuff. Calluses all on your hands and the churn running around. But they had about 50-11 churn back then. That was work. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, she was like, this ain't the 1960s. So, don't bring that up to me. But at the end, they ended up liking Shane and all that other stuff. Danielle gets on my nerves. It's like every time, like, she gets on my nerves. She gets on my nerves. I don't, like, how is she like 28 or something? And it's like, girl, you young, yeah. You still in that party mode, yeah. But at some point, if you got on this show and you wanted to get married, like, you knew you was going to have to turn into an adult. So, like, they go, Nick and Danny go see her apartment. And it's like a small apartment. And she got, like, a lot of furniture in this little tight space. And, it's like she entertained. Because she got, like, the couch. And then she got, like, her dining room chairs in the living room. And all this other stuff. So he like, ooh, this is a lot. And so then she got every closet. The coat closet, the pantry, the damn supply closet. Every closet got clothes in it. So she got a lot of clothes. And she got weird clothes, like costumes and stuff. Talking about something. She see an ad and she fill it out so she can get the costume. So she got like a hot dog costume, a corn costume. He looked at her in that hot dog costume and was like, so you just put this on? Like, that's what you do? And she was like, yeah, sometimes I just entertain in the hot dog costume. He was like, oh, okay. She was like, well, put the corn costume on. He was like, I mean, do I really have to put the... She was like, yeah, go put it on. So he went and put it on, child. I was like, he is not feeling her for real. So she had a dining room table, and the dining room table was broke, right? She said, like, her friends was dancing on the table. And I'm like, why they dancing on your furniture? Like, the furniture you got in your house, why they standing on the furniture, dancing on the furniture? Like, that don't make no sense. Like, why are they, why? So like it just ain't make no sense to me. And she was just like, well, I try to tell people not to dance on the furniture, but they dance on the furniture anyway. And he like, well, they can't just be dancing on the furniture. Like, no. So she gonna get like a whole attitude because he basically saying like, as adults, we should not be dancing on our tables and stuff. Like, you shouldn't be doing that in the club scene either. However, this is your furniture. Like, this is the furniture you paid for. They breaking up your shit. Like, he like, no, if you come move in with me and stuff, they not fitting to dance on the furniture. They not fitting to break up my shit. Like, they just not gonna do that. And she got like a whole attitude. And I'm like, girl, but he making sense. Like, why would you have your friends just come over jumping all on, like, fuck your couch, like jumping all on your couch, dancing all on your furniture, on your counters and stuff? Like, no, that's not cool or whatever. So she get a whole attitude about that. So then of course she gotta get all emotional and all that other crap. She gets on my everlasting nerve. Who was next, child? Or it's not even in no type of order or nothing like that. Ayanna and Garrett, they still doing well or whatever. Garrett took her to meet his family, and this is another couple. Remember I said not another couple. He ain't tell his mom and dad about the damn experiment, so he gotta tell her, because he rolled up and they was having like a little barbecue or whatever, and mama was like, oh, hi, Garrett and friend, who is this? And so she was like, they was like, what? They was crying. The daddy was all emotional, child. And they was like, for real? What? Huh? Well, when is the date? They was like, June 7th. Oh, what year? This year. Come on, boy. We got to sit down. So they sat down. And they explained the experiment and stuff. And so the mom and dad was more receptive because they, on their first date, they sat down and shut down the restaurant and stuff. And from that day forward, they was together, got married and all that other stuff. So they kind of understood, having a conversation, having that connection and stuff like that. So they really wasn't all like up in arms or nothing like that. But the dad was like, he was a pastor, and he said that he was invited to marry other couples, but he always turned them down because he felt as though he should marry his firstborn son or first child first, and Garrett is his first. So he said he wanted to marry them off. So they had agreed and stuff like that. So it was cute. It was real nice. And I was just like, this is, because the daddy was like, what year? That shit cracked me up. But they loved her. They was all for it. They didn't feel like, it was too fast, it was rushed or nothing like that. They said, when you know what you want, your heart and all this other stuff. So they was for it and stuff, and they liked her. He ended up later on that night, he playing video games. She talking about the wedding. He half listening because I don't know if he was playing like Call of Duty or something. He was playing something with shooting. He had the headphones on his head and stuff. He was playing something with shooting. So he more focused on that. She's talking about the wedding and stuff. And he was like, all right, after he died or whatever, he was like, all right, baby, you got my undivided attention. And that seemed like it was like a little tiny issue with her. And then he likes to go out and party with his friends. She likes to stay in. So she felt like some type of way that he was going to go out with his friends and party and stuff, and she was just going to stay in the house. But I mean, they had talked about that before. So I don't know. Maybe it could be like a compromise. Maybe he can go out maybe once a month, or she could go with him, like something like that. But she liked to be a homebody, and he liked to go out and party. So whatever. But that's going to be an issue. I could see that's going to be an issue all the way. Mallory met Salvador's roommate. They sung for her and stuff. She started crying or whatever. And then Sal had met her sister, Mallory's sister, and Mallory's sister was not with it at all. She was just like, this is too much, it's too fast, too soon, it's only been 2 weeks, you don't really know my sister. She was like, well, what's his last name? Like, I don't even know your last name. I don't even know you like that. So it don't look like the sister is on board at all. And I think the sister was more sort of representative for the mom. So yeah, it don't look good at all. And then Deep met Shake's family. Shake's family liked Deep and all this other stuff. The mama was like, she gonna fit in. it was nice. And then at the end, Shake ended up talking to his mom, and he was telling his mom how he really wasn't like physically attracted to her and all this other stuff. And the mama was like, I'm on her side. Like, she deserves more than that. She deserves somebody who going to be all for her regardless, and more than emotional. She need the whole kit and caboodle. She need physical. She need this. She need that. She need all of that. Like, you need to step it up because she deserves more than you. I said, go ahead, mama. She said, just because you my son, I ain't fitting to agree with you. I was like, go ahead, mom. And then that was pretty much it that happened that I had saw that I wanted to talk about for episode 7. Episode 8. What was episode? What is that? I can't even repeat it. Episode 8, they was doing like wedding shopping and stuff like that. What was going on? Let me see what I wrote. Mom, like, oh, Shay introduced, why I can't ever think of this child name, Natalie, to his mom and sister. So the mama, she was just like, she ain't had no type of facial expressions at all. Like, at all. Like, none. Like, she was just like, well, what make you think you gonna be good for my son? And why y'all... Like, she was asking all these questions. The sister was asking all these questions. I was just like, whoo, child, Natalie, you gonna have it hard. And the mom was just like, yeah, so y'all gonna get married? For real? Oh, okay. Like, if you say so. Like, she was not with it. And the mom approved of Natalie. However, she was kind of like, she approved of Natalie and she's given her blessing, but it's kind of like she'll see it when she believe it. Because the sister was like, well, they get married after just knowing each other a month. Like, I'll see it when I believe it. Like, she seems like a nice girl and everything like that. But the mom was basically like, he gonna do what he gonna do. It wasn't like she was giving like her full blessing. She was just like, he grown, he gonna do what he wanna do. And if this is what he wanna do, then okay. Like, she likes Natalie and she approves of Natalie, but I don't really think she gung-ho on the whole, marriage thing. That's what I was trying to get out, child. Cause I knew it was something. Cause she was just like, it was just like blank face. But she seemed to like Natalie, but she was just like, I can't stop him. He gonna do what he want to do. So whatever. Mallory and Sal, they got, it didn't make sense, the argument or whatever, because I guess they got into something, but the argument didn't really make sense to me, or why they were sleeping in separate rooms. So if y'all watch the episode, y'all let me know, because it really ain't make too much sense to me, because the way Sal was saying it, like he had like this girlfriend or this girl he was talking to before the whole experiment happened, and he was saying like the girl, he was dating her or whatever, but he told her like, look, I'm going to do this experiment, so like we not together or nothing like that. But I don't know if that's what he really told her or not, because like she must have called or something. I don't know. But she got her feelings and went to his sister's house and like started bad-mouthing him, like started going off or whatever. And I guess the sisters had called Mal and Sal and told them what happened. And I don't know, because they didn't like have no footage of it or nothing like that. So I don't know if like Mal and Sal got into an argument about what was going on or what was said, because they ended up sleeping in separate rooms. But they had met, because he knocked on the door and was like, can we talk? She was like, yeah, we can talk or whatever. So he was saying like, I told that girl we not together. We not going to be together. Like, I was going to be in this experiment and this is what it was. And it's nobody else. So she was like, well, it must have been something deep if she was to act like that, like go off the way she went off. And he was like, I'm trying to tell you, it's nobody else. I don't want nobody else. It's you. Like, I want to be with you or whatever. And she was just like, all right, well, you just let everybody meet your sisters, because she thought like she was special and she just met the family and stuff like that. But if he was in a relationship, because he ain't say how long he had knew this girl, so maybe, I don't know, because that's weird. Because if like you just talking to somebody for like a couple weeks, like, you ain't finna meet nobody. child by. Because that's vulnerability right there. You meet my family, and you in for life. You stuck with me, okay? But anyway, she was feeling some type of way, like, oh, you let her meet your family. I thought, like, she ain't say it, but she was just like thinking it, like she thought that she was the only one that was able to meet the family or whatever like that. And he was like, I mean, yeah, she did meet my sisters and stuff like that, but it didn't go nowhere, and I want you or whatever. And she was just like, all right, well, I'll forgive you, but if something else come up, then we done. I said, well, y'all about to get married, so of course some other shit gonna pop off. So you just gonna be like, I want a divorce? Like, girl, I would have felt some type of way if I was Sal. And then he made like a little romantic night, put flowers all over the house, and made like his famous stir fry, and then it was cool for the rest of the episode, child. Deep and Shake, she madly in love with him, and she like, we doing good in her eyes. She feel like, this is it. Like, this is my boo thing. This is what's going to go on and stuff like that. And I think they went out to dinner, and he had ended up telling her like he not feeling that intense physical attraction and stuff like that. And she was just like, well, what do you feel like is going to happen? Or something like that. And he started talking about quantum physics or something. He started talking about something else. And he was like, see, that's what you choose or some shit. I forgot what he said, but I was just looking like, what? And he was like, I feel like you're my bestie. And she was like, but don't they say you supposed to marry your best friend or something like that? And he was like, yeah, but I'm just waiting for that intense physical attraction. And he was saying like he has all the emotional attraction and stuff. And he like, I don't want this. If I was to ask, what would you say? If someone was to ask me, do I want to just get this up because I'm not intensely physically attracted to her, I would say no, because the emotional attraction is there. Like, we vibe so well, like everything is so good, so I can put the emotional over the passion, and I could just live like that or whatever. So Deep was like, okay, whatever. She seemed like she agreed with it, and she was saying like she wanted that passion like they had in Mexico. She said that and that's like I said, like in episode 3, they was kissing, hugging each other, all this other stuff. When they met, he was kissing her like all passionately, feeling on her body and stuff. And then it was just like went away. So I'm like, well, what the hell happened between that time? Because they haven't had sex or nothing like that. So I'm just like, what the hell happened? Because when they was the first couple that was just like all entangled. And I was like, oh, they finna get pregnant. But then it was just like, it was gone once they got in the pool. And then she started talking about marriage and kids and stuff. You could see it like fizzle. You could see in his face, it like fizzled. And I'm like, well, what the hell? Because he usually dates white women. She usually dates white men. But so this is their first relationship where they're actually dating their own kind and stuff. So it's just like, maybe that's in the back of his head, or I don't know, but he need to get over it. And she's just like, I just want that physical stuff that we had in Mexico, like bring that back. Like what had happened? And then they all went to try on dresses and stuff. Garrett did meet Alyana's adoptive parents, and they seemed to like him, but the mom was kind of reserved because, this is moving too fast, and it's her daughter and stuff, and she just want the best for her daughter and stuff. And then when the parents came over, I was like, did they bring a pet in a pet bed? Who does that? Oh, okay, that's different. Like, they had the little pet in a carrier, and then they had the little bed. I said, oh, okay. So that's different. But, like I said, they went to try on dresses. I really like Alyana's dress, and she ended up bringing Garrett's sister with her to look at dresses. Her dress on her looks so beautiful. And then Natalie, she brought her sister, her mom, and then Shane's mom came. So the moms had met because they didn't meet. I want to say in the last season, didn't all the families meet before? Like in like this big powwow or something like that. But this season, it don't seem like they met each other. So I thought that was weird. But Mallory's dress was cute for her. It was kind of plain to me, but it would look cute on her. And her family did not come with her. I think she brought like her 2 best friends or whatever. But her family, she said, did not support her. Alyana's, like I said, I loved her dress. And Danny's, even though she gets on my everlasting nerve, I loved her dress too. And she said she felt real confident in her dress. And then, speaking of Danny, Nick and Danny go cake testing, right? They trying gluten-free and gluten cakes and stuff. They having a good old time tasting the cakes and stuff like that. So I guess one day she went out with her friends and stuff like that. It was a weekend, and he had said, you know, it's every weekend going to be like this. Like, you know, if you going to go out with your friends or whatever. I don't know how he said it because they didn't show no footage, but he had brought it up, like, you know, it's just going to be like every weekend. And so she was like upset. She was like, well, it seemed as though you got upset about it. And he like, no, I didn't get upset. I was just telling you that, that I just wanted to know what the plan was. Like, is this going to be like an every weekend thing? Like, is you going to be going up to your, like, when we going to have some us time? Like, is you just going to go out with your friends and I'm going to go out with my friends every weekend? Like, when is it going to be time for us and stuff? She was like, well, you just seemed like you was real upset about it. Like, she kept reiterating that he was upset. And so then he kept saying, like, I wasn't upset. I was just posing a question. And so then she want to keep saying it over and over again. And so you keep saying something over and over again, it's going to make him upset. So then he getting upset. And then she making this big old deal about it. Cause then she like, well, I don't feel like, you will like me going out with my friends and all this other stuff. And, I don't feel like we gonna be together, or you're not gonna accept me. You're not gonna accept my friends. And that scares me a lot. And like, she is insecure. She's still insecure about a lot of stuff. So her insecurities is just gonna bring stuff up and blow stuff out of proportion. They both got poor communication. They don't know how to talk to each other. So then he get on the defensive side and she start crying. And then it's just like this whole big thing. And I'm like, girl, the simple thing is we had a conversation. You had mentioned that, you know, like, is this going to be an every weekend thing, me going out with my friends? And I just wanted to, like, talk to you about that. Like, what did you mean by that? Or, like, were you upset? Like, ask the question. Don't assume that the man was upset. Because he said he wasn't upset. But, yeah, you going to keep telling the man he was upset. But he had already said 15, 11 times that he wasn't. So, how about you pose the question a different way so it can come out better? And y'all not going at this rah stuff. Because y'all at the wedding cake testing arguing. Like, it just look crazy. I said, this don't make no goddamn sense. And y'all about to get married in 5 days. Okay. It was a mess. Episode 9. It was 5 days before the wedding. And basically, it was the bachelor or bachelorette parties and stuff. I was kind of in and out of the episode because I was doing other stuff. But, let me see. What did I write? Let me see what I wrote. Oh, the guys had went to Wrigley Park for their bachelor party, and the women had went on like it's not this, they didn't go on like a spirit, they went on like a tour, not a tour boat, but like a boat around Chicago. I'm not sure what they call it, but I know in some areas it's called like the Spirit of, but that didn't look like it was a Spirit of whatever, because they usually have like a party inside and dinner and stuff like that. So they just went like on a little boat around Chicago, and they had like their family, friends and stuff like that, and they was partying it up. The guys had their friends and family there. They was having a good time on Wrigley Park, hitting the ball. Everybody hit the Everybody hit the damn ball except for Shane, and I think he was a baseball player, so that shit, he was mad. He said Salvador, his dress shoes hitting home runs. He was so mad. But he was like, I'm marrying a woman of my dreams, so I ain't worried about it. But it was funny. Deep, at the beginning of the episode, Deep and Shane had a conversation, and Shake and Shane had a conversation, and Shake again want to talk about how he not physically attracted to Deep, and yada, 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 and Shane like, yo, dude, you need to get out your head. Maybe you need to try something else, because the things you trying ain't working. And he like, well, she reminds me of my auntie or something like that. So he was like, your auntie? He was like, well, look, you need to put on some Marvin Gaye, turn out the lights, do all this other stuff, and have a good time. He was like, well, my auntie? He was like, no, you need to get out your head and stop thinking of her as your auntie. Do what I say do, because what you doing ain't working. So I said, child, if you don't get over this whole damn auntie thing, Ayanna, she freaking out. She questioning everything, because again, she felt like she was second choice. and she want to make sure that he didn't pick the wrong person and stuff. And I'm like, girl, if y'all vibing, y'all having a good time, he telling you he love you, y'all doing all of this stuff, y'all getting married, y'all making plans to get married, like, you need to get out your head and focus on this man right here, because he telling you, like, you is the one I want, I'm with you, like, hey, like, Mile was surface shit. You is deeper than that. You got a deeper connection. And that's what he was telling his friends and stuff or in Wrigley Park. Danny, I don't even know what she had did, but I know she had blew something out of proportion. Let me see. At the party, like, oh, at the party, his friends was asking him questions, and it was kind of like he wasn't quite sure if he was ready or not for the marriage. So that was telling. And I was like, dude, she not ready. So you not ready to marry her. It was like the whole thing with the, I want to say the girl was from Russia. Was she from Russia? Yeah, I think she was from Russia. And the older guy, she wasn't quite mentally ready to be in a relationship because of the past relationship she was in. And he was like trying to school her and be like, look, this is what it is. This is it. Like, I'm trying to teach you. I'm trying to, show you I'm here for you and stuff. And it was the same thing. It's the same thing. It's like the same situation, but a different couple. So if y'all saw season 1 with the Russian and the older guy, and I think, yeah, because Nick is older than Miles. So it's the same thing, but different freaking people. So she ain't ready. She be blowing everything out of goddamn proportion. And it's just like, oh, girl, like, chill the out. Sal, and it was like last dates and the bachelor party. So, I can't think of what Danny had did, but she had blew something out of proportion at the last dinner. And I want to say he ended up walking away. I can't remember, y'all. But, because I watched it late last night. So I can't really remember. And like I said, I was kind of watching it and not watching it at the same time because I was doing other stuff. But it really wasn't. It was the same. She crying. She feeling like she not being heard. Or she, because what was it? It was something about her flaws again. And he was just like, I'm here. Like, I'm telling you, I'm here. I see your flaws and stuff. And she like, well, I don't know, because you had said something. And he was like, but I didn't say that. Like, you twisted my words again. And it was just like all over again. It was like the cake tasting all over again. It was like the whole peer thing all over again. It was just like, ugh. She's annoying. What else? Silent Mile, he had a picnic for her, and he was singing to her, like he gonna be there for her and all that other stuff. It made her feel special. And that was pretty much it for episode 9. And then the first one, it happened at like maybe 15 minutes before episode 9 went off, and it was Nick and Danny's child. And Nick was sweating so goddamn bad, you could probably wring his shirt out. He just say sweating. I said, is it hot outside? Or he just nervous. Because he was drenched the whole time. She looked real pretty. She was just like, this could be the best day of my life or the worst day of my life. She did look really pretty. Her dress looked really nice on her. Her hair was done up and everything. Her family was surrounding her. And they was like, if he don't say yes, we gonna beat him up. So, and then she said that she wanted to marry him. And then it was his turn to say if he wanted to say yes or no. And then it cut off. So episode 10 is coming on today. I don't know if it dropped yet or not, because it's like 2:00 here. I'm in Virginia. So I'm assuming it dropped. So I'm gonna go see if it dropped. And if it did, I'm gonna go watch that and see what the rest of these outcomes gonna be for the waiting child. Cause yeah. But stay tuned for episode 10 recap review. If you're not watching this show, y'all need to watch it, because it is like Married at First Sight, but sped up, okay? It's giving us what we need to see right away, all right? But anyway, y'all, if y'all enjoyed this recap review, please go ahead and hit that thumbs up button. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and don't forget to hit the notification bell to be notified when I drop new videos. I think that's right. Yeah, anyway, y'all, until next time, peace.